Oh, hi everybody, and thanks Sarah and Jamie for introducing me. My name is Dav, and on the screen, what you see is me with my family and friends. And I'm a self-confessed, positively obsessed person. But this COVID-19 and the new social distancing and everything else we've been talking about has made me think again that I'm a really, positive person. Um, okay, I'm not trying to scare anybody over here because Sarah made it very clear, don't do any scary stuff over here. So I'm just, online and social media is doing that job very well at the moment. So I'm not going to talk about all that. What I'm here to talk about is a new world order. When we have been, after all this is finished and when we are going to be let out into society and in the communities, what world would we like to change for, and how importantly we want it to change now? That is what I want to know in a new world, how we are going to perceive it in the future, how we are going to live with the future. So let's talk about first, before this COVID-19 happened and how we were behaving. So I'm sure many of you will agree that we had everything in abundance, we took everything for granted, and then we considered that we are constants, that neither theory or practice can ever challenge us. But all these fundamentals, do you think it has been shaken now? So in this picture in front of you will see that we had 400 to 600 friends on Facebook, but we were so disconnected with our own families, friends. We had no time for our elderly, we had no time for our children. So we were living in a very disconnected world. Climate change, bushfires, forest, and wildlife disappearing in front of us were screaming at us and shouting at us to slow down, but we were not listening. So as I said in the beginning, I'm not here to scare you guys. I'm not here to scare you anyone. So the fun part is that I'm a hugger and I love hugging people. And now I'm just thinking, in the new world, am I going to be very scared of hugging people? Or do I have to invent a virtual hug or a 2 meter, meter apart hug? I'm still working on it. So it's a question for you all. How are you going to hug people when you're going to be let out? During the lockdown or cocooning, poor parents had nowhere to run from writing hungry kids. I've seen them jumping on their heads in on the Zoom meetings, and homeschooling became a mission impossible. And I know many parents were having nightmares. But we suddenly became part of our family. We were cooking from scratches, we were doing everything together, and we were happy. We all became master chefs. We were eating mummy's and daddy's horrible food, but we were still happy because we had no option. McDonald's, KFC were all closed down. So we became connected again with each other. So in the and also we I just observed that we were all hoarders. We were like ordering everything online so easily that we never looked into a wardrobes or cupboards or pantries to see how much actually we do have. And I'm sure this couple of weeks have made us realize that we have a lot of stuff and we have cleared our wardrobes and clutter free. Now let's talk about post now. So have we changed our priorities now? What our priorities have changed now? Have we started looking at the things more differently than we were looking before 4 or 5 weeks when we're not having this COVID or this social distancing? Are we going to be adapting a very slower pace of life, that we are not rushing around and we are not making deadlines and stress and day-to-day life so stressful for ourselves? Are we going to be doing that? So how we are going to manage our life and how we are going to manage our work balance? Now, other thing I've noticed is that there is a relationship between our science and God has changed. People are religious people have started using masks and sanitizers, and West has said that science do have limitations. And overnight, our we became a welfare state. NHS became our lifeline. Suddenly, there was a political willingness to help masses, and the rule books, which were there for many many years, just started to vanish away. So the point is, what is new order? Can we live without leaving too much carbon footprints? Do we really need all that stuff we were having before? Can we just live with what we need? Can we live with this nature which is cleaner, which is birds singing, and we have been given this chance to look at the nature in a different way? last few weeks I have witnessed that, you know, many heroic, you know, stories about NHS, about the bin collectors and everything else. And I just came upon this very nice quote which says, I store my surplus grain in my neighbor's belly, which is very pointing to say that, you know, we've been helping strangers more than we ever did. Other thing what I found was that, you know, we can have a very inclusive and healthy communities where we can give chances to people who have got mental health issues, disabilities and everything else. Remote working does work. Look, we are doing this Pacha Kucha online, and we are having people connected with us through virtually and looking at this. So why can't we give chance to those people to be connected with everybody, even if they have got issues? So, you know, we are appreciating in nature more, which is great. We are just going for more walks. One walk every day has been like a you know, blessing for us at this time. Okay, so change is inevitable, and all I'm asking is that how we are going to be making ourselves adaptable, how we are going to live in this new world. Are we going to change, or are we going to be the same when we go out? And all the factors are changing, and how we are going to be adapting them. So thank you very much for listening to me, and I leave you on a very lighter note that we're living in a Las Vegas now, where, you know, we have got no money, but we are drinking when we want to drink, we are sleeping when we want to sleep, and we don't know what day is it. Thank you very much again for listening to me, and stay safe. Thanks.